Good morning, it's Wednesday the 7th of September 2011. Chris Reardon's United Kingdom talk. Good news, I have found... Oh, I just hurt my nose. Oh, a little sort of sore or burn underneath my nose. I'm not quite sure how that happened. Yes, I've found... Stop it now. Don't... Stop it. What? I found my emails, the ones that I thought I'd lost on the computer in another folder. I don't know how they got there, but there we are. So I've printed all those off now. There's quite a few to read out, all right? So don't worry. I think I've found your lost email that I may not have read out, boys and girls. The email address of this show is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. My latest music mix, by the way, is now up for download. You can find that at chrisreardonshow.co.uk. That will cost you 80 pence, all right? 80 pence, can you afford that? chrisreardonshow.co.uk for my latest non-stop music mix. Sunday, got to tell you, Sunday it absolutely poured down. And it showed up the next piece of DIY, boys and girls. Yes, the gutter is blocked. I'm looking out the window and all this water, it's all, it's pouring over the side of the window and making the window all wet, and indeed the rest of the wall. And it's not in one particular place, it's all the way along. So the gutter must be blocked up. So that is the next piece of DIY I shall be attempting. I shall wait for Ronnie to come around. I think Ronnie's coming around later on today, actually. And he can stand at the bottom, because I get worried at the top of ladders. I'm not a heights person. Do you like heights? Oh, no, thank you very much. So I should get him to stand at the bottom of the ladder. Incidentally, as I don't like heights, I shall definitely not be going on that thing in about a month's time now in Las Vegas when I go on holiday, where you can apparently stand on this big tower, and it's a glass bottom that you stand on. And it's miles and miles. No, I don't think so, dear. Absolutely no way. I mean, the Eiffel Tower, I went a couple of years ago to Paris. I wouldn't go any further than the first level of that. People go to the top. Why do you want to go to the top? What for? What do you do that for? It's just completely pointless, isn't it? So if you think I'm going to stand on the top... Is it the Troposphere? I think it might be called the Stratosphere. Just a minute, let me have a look. I'm in the Mirable studio today, so I'm in front of my computer. What is it? Las Vegas... Hang on a minute. Las Vegas Stratosphere. Let's see if that brings anything up. Well, it says it's a hotel here. Oh, no, there we are. Images. Oh, my God. It's a blooming fair ride. And from the look at the picture on the on the computer... This fair ride is at the top of some sort of block, and then you go on it and it goes out over the side and spins you round. I don't think so. Christ, why would you ever... Why would you ever want to get on one of those? I don't think so, my dears. Hang on, I'll just grab that picture. I'll try and put a couple of pictures. You might have seen a couple of pictures then of the Stratosphere. I don't think so. I shan't be doing that, definitely not. So that's the next DIY job, unblocking the gutter. As I say, the emails have come through now. First of all, I made a mistake. The in-between is... Now, where's my email for that? It was here a minute ago. I just put... There it is. I did say that the In-Betweeners was on the BBC. The In-Betweeners is, in fact, on Channel 4 here in the UK. So thank you very much. Jerry Green wrote, In-Betweeners, it's not on the BBC, it's on Channel 4. So thank you very much, Jerry. That's another station I shan't be watching whenever that particular programme is on. Absolute load of rubbish. I thought that film was. And Jones Jane commented on the In-Betweeners film that I told you I personally thought was a load of rubbish. I didn't find it funny at all. Jane wrote, glad I know now not to waste my money and time. Cheers, my dears. I'm pleased to help. Always pleased to help. Oh, I need to thank... Now, who was it? I can't remember, but there was an email in the last show that said I shouldn't take my bike to the repair shop as the gears are now crunching, because the gears were not crunching before I remove the wheel. Remember you saw a couple of shows ago, I removed the wheel and replaced an inner tube and put the wheel back on. And it was from that point the gears started crunching. And he said, you've probably not put the wheel back in the same position as it was. So I turned the bike upside down and then turned the wheel in the gear that was just about 3 or 4 gears that were crunching, and I could see that the chain wasn't sitting square on the sprocket. It was like tight towards one side, hence the clunking sound. So I did exactly what he said. I undid the wheel a little bit and then moved it like left and right, and then spun it a bit more so that the chain wasn't clunking. It's not perfect at the moment, but it's better than it was, and certainly doesn't need a trip to the bicycle repair shop now. So I'm sorry, was it Alan? It might have been Alan. If not, whoever that was, thank you very much. You probably saved me 30 quid or so taking that down the bike shop. But actually quite an easy thing to do. I just assumed, you know, you push that back wheel as far as it would go into its 2, you know, bits that hold it onto the frame of the bike, and then tighten it up. But no, I mean, there is a certain amount of play in those 2 bits, and you kind of move it slightly to the left or slightly to the right until the gears don't clunk anymore, or indeed the brake shoes don't rub on there as well. So thank you very much. You saved me money. Perhaps I should send it to you. I mean, email me and I'll consider sending you the money, okay? My email address. I'm not sending money for the post. Are you having a laugh? Where do you think that's going to come from? It doesn't grow on trees, dear. My email address, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. James wrote in on Monday with this one. Hi, Chris. The In-Betweeners was a TV show on Channel 4. So thank you for correcting me. I'm not always right. Normally, yes. 99.9% of the time, to set the times, I am right. On this occasion, no. Very disappointingly. I don't think they plan to make any more of the TV show. Oh, really? Okay, I thought it was quite popular. You know, I didn't like it. I've heard the TV show was a lot better than the movie. I take it you've never seen the TV show. Well, I have, but again, it didn't amuse me at all, I'm afraid. I like situation comedies like, I mean, a lot of the old stuff I think is still hilarious. Dad's Army, Are You Being Served, Keeping Up Appearances, absolutely fabulous. We're getting some specials of that this year, absolutely fabulous. Only Fools and Horses, I like all that. The new stuff just leaves me cold. It's all full of sexual innuendos and swearing. I mean, there was none of that. We never used to have all that. He says, there might be some reruns on Channel 4. The Greenwich IMAX is a good cinema. I went there myself. The IMAX screen is great, and I think it's the only one near me. I don't know how many of them are about, but it's good to have an IMAX in the cinema. Send my regards to your assistant, Katie the cat. Glad to hear Ronnie is okay, from James. Yes, Katie's downstairs today. She's having a little sleep. She's having a little sleep on her bed. She does apologise for not making an appearance. All right. Hello to Alan8943, who says, I'm just reading a book called The London Cabbie, written by Alf Townsend. It's described on the front cover as very, very funny. There are certain anecdotes in the book which are funny, but a lot of it is about the problems a cabbie has with the authorities and mini cab drivers. Oh, they hate them. Taxi drivers, black taxi drivers, hate minicab drivers. That's true. That is a well-known thing. According to his write-up, he's been a taxi driver for 40 years and was involved with producing the taxi cab newspaper. And Alan says, I didn't know such a thing existed. Yes, that wouldn't surprise me, actually. You often found certain types of thing, or indeed certain companies have their own newspaper that you wouldn't know about and isn't seen anywhere else. I used to work for British Telecom and they had their own internal newspaper. I know the post office has their own internal newspaper. I gather all the Sainsbury's supermarkets and Tesco's and all that, they've all got their own internal newspaper, not something you could buy. You'd have to talk to a member of the staff to nick you a copy without anyone else knowing, or something like that. I wonder if Nick the cabbie has heard of him And if he has also read his books. Best wishes from Alan8943. Thank you, Alan. So there you are, Nick the Cabbie, regular viewer and correspondent to the show. Have you heard of the book The London Cabbie by Alf Townsend? Do you know him and have you read it? That's the question. We want to know these things. Thank you very much. And finally today, hello to Zach in Orange, Australia, who says, people whining about something they have no control of. Cyclone Yassi and the floods in Queensland at the beginning of this year. Yes, and of course I was in Australia at that time. Floods in Queensland, you just can't imagine that the scale those floods were. Queensland is an enormous area. Absolutely enormous area, and the flooding was quite something to see on the telly. I was, as I say, in Australia at the time, and it was like 24-hour news coverage on a lot of the channels over there. I think, what was my preferred channel? I was watching it on, I think, Channel 9. And I quite like that programme in the morning in Australia. Is it Sunrise or Daybreak? I can't remember. They're all called the same sort of things, aren't they? Another thing Zach says people have no control of, the carbon tax. Oh yes, we've all got that now. The carbon tax, introduced recently in Australia. Obviously it's going to happen, but no one will shut their heck up about it. Well, it is something you can't do anything about, I'm afraid. I personally think it's all a waste of time, taxing things like this, that, the other. Taxing people. You know, if you're serious about reducing carbon, then you've got to do something about it. Not just start charging people extra for using it, because believe me, they will always find the money. You know? They will always find, unless it gets to ridiculous amounts. I mean, take for example, here in the UK, the price of diesel and petrol has risen since January last year 45%. Okay? I'm basing that on the fact that I was paying about £1 a litre the January before last, and now I'm paying about £1.40 a litre. So that's 40%, and it has been higher than that, sort of 1.44. So you know, and it's, you know, unless it went to sort of, I don't know, £50 a litre, then it would make a difference. You know, people just wouldn't be able to afford to drive. At the moment, we can still afford it, and we still find the money. We all sit there moaning about it, but what choice have we got? And Zach says, and why are you eating pizza in your Weight Watchers state anyway? Oh, I'm always on Weight Watching state. You know that, but I keep an eye on my weight, and if it's between a certain thing, then I allow myself to eat these things. Tell you the easy option is just to make or cook your own, which I have done actually on Saturday, and I was pleased about it. But a friend of mine is coming round this weekend, Simon, and he wants to make a show with me doing pizza. So you'll meet Simon, okay, and we will be doing our own pizza. Zach says, I do it and they taste much better. And that's the opinion of my family, not just myself. Are you cooking meals for you're a good boy, aren't you? If I was a mother, I'd like you as a son. Cooking, do you help her clean as well? And washing up? God, you're a good boy, you are. Your mum must be very proud of you, Zach, I reckon. New video is also up, so we'll have a look at your new video as well. Thank you very much, Zach. I shall have a watch of that. And that's from Zach in Orange in Sydney. I'll tell you what, Zach, how about can you set up your camera in the kitchen and show us how you do your pizza making? Be interesting to see. All right, that's it. Chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk is my email address. Thanks for watching and listening. I'll see you on tomorrow's show. Bye-bye now.